Hey, everybody. How are you doing? Sorry I was late. Seems to be a thing. Uh-oh.
What's up?
Gotta have the initial hello.
Meow.
I think that it's gotta go take care of the dog. I don't know. Maybe the dog's taking care of him. Who knows? Anyway, so I've been wanting to do this show on shiny brights and glass Christmas ornaments. I've done a few. When I first started doing Let's Talk About It, we did some minor stuff there, but let me for those of you who aren't normal followers or come in to watch this at some other point in time, you may want to fast forward 15 minutes because I'm gonna do my little hello to everybody. And let's see, we have Jeremy. You've been here for a while, and I haven't seen you for a while, so I hope you're doing good. And Lori survived the hurricane. She is in the Keys, the Florida Keys. So, I'm so glad you're okay, girl. And everybody else that's down there, I know there's a lot of people that really got it bad. So, let's keep everybody down in Florida and the Gulf Coast, Cuba, Puerto Rico. Those guys got just decimated, amazingly decimated. So let's keep all of those people in our hearts, and anything we can do to help them out. It's very much needed. Glenn, how are you tonight? Kathy, hi, how are you? Sue, how are you? Courtney, my friend Courtney, how are you? You're doing, you guys, Courtney is just pumping out videos like crazy. And I'll tell you what, put your link in the chat for she and Dad Planet just did a collab, and it is hilarious. So go if you're not already subbed to Courtney, which I find that hard to believe, go check her out. And we've got Patty, Jack and Piper. Doug, how are you, buddy? Let's see. Green Mosaic Resale, I think. Are you new? Back in the chat for the second week. Woohoo! You're late. I'm late, so you unsubbed. Did you sub back in? Because I think I hit 3K, you guys, while I was in Auctions for Used channel with Donna Tello Botolino and T, who is Auctions for You. They so kindly got me I think I needed like 13 or something like that anyway. So I did a little giveaway in the chat there for them because they helped me get over 3,000. So woohoo! You guys are all part of that, and I appreciate it so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Ethel, how are you? Heather, correct? I hope. I'm trying. Caladids, how are you? Let's see. In the life of a reseller, how are you doing? I have some vintage gum up for sale. Ooh, good. I hope it sells. Sassy Granny Pants, I love your name. AKA Stephanie, how are you? Let's see. We're getting there. Who do we have? Thank you so much. Doug, I think I got it. Mia, how are you? And Siggy, hello. So I am not an expert. I think I have that. What do I have here? What do I have written here? That is so weird. On my other screen over here, I'm reading. I have written in here, I am in no way, shape, or form am I anywhere close to being an expert on any of this, nor will I ever claim to be, but I sure am able to research and point you towards people who are, as well as items that maybe you might want to keep your eyes open for. Hi, Toby. How are you? First time catching. Let's see. Let's do this. First time catching a live show while it's live. Watch you all the time. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Did Harry sneak in here? Hey, Harry. How are you doing, buddy? Do. can't be left alone. Michelle, how are you doing, Michelle? Where'd you go? There you are. Holy moly. It's been crazy around here. Crazy. I have videos I need to get out. I don't have time to get them out. I literally was out in the yard until 15 minutes ago, loading up the trailer. Hawthorn tree, weeds, you name it, getting a new fence put up. So, all right. For those of you who just came in, let's get busy with this because it's going to be long. And if I ignore people, please don't feel slighted or upset, because the less I pay attention to chat, the more I am able to stick to the topic. Because I get squirreled. I have ADD. I really do have it. I really was diagnosed with it years ago. It's not something I like to talk about. But anyway, so you know, you can only multitask so much, and then you're gone, right? Just found something in a box that may be a bolo, and it's because you and Courtney that I even looked at it, and let's learn some stuff. Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm going to be reading off of here because I don't want to quote dates wrong and stuff, and I don't have anything linked in the description for you guys right now, but I will come back and link some stuff in the description so that you can come back and get the things that I'm sharing with you now. It's just been one of those things. But I am going to put this up on the screen. Oh, maybe I am. Oh, heavens. Maybe I'm not, because I don't have it pulled up on that one. Okay. Shiny Bright Christmas Ornaments, the story. After World War I. Now, the thing about this is everything after World War I. Shiny Brights, technically Shiny Brights, the glass ornament, the mercury ornaments, the hand-blown glass ornaments have been around since, I believe, 1880. Don't quote me on that, but it's darn close. And most of the cool ones were made in Germany, right? And then you have Poland, and you have Japan, and you have Czechoslovakia. Now they have newer ones from Taiwan, and trying to think, West Germany, regular Germany, Russia, but they have ornaments that came. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Well, I lost my mind already. Anyway, so after World War I, which was not a fun time, I couldn't imagine living through all of that. The manufacture and purchase of German glass Christmas ornaments resumed, though it was apparent in the 1930s that another war was looming. Now, some people call these mercury glass ornaments, right? We'll get into some of that. And by all means, I'm going to give you, I bought this book because I had to have it. She has written too. Jody L. Pritzel. Let me just tell you, she also is on YouTube. I'm probably going to pull up one of her. She's got 2 separate videos on YouTube, and she is a wealth of knowledge on this. And also, if you guys didn't know it, there's a Shiny Bright convention every year. I want to say it's in July, and it's back east. Well, for me, it's back east. For any of you that live in the east, then it's in the east. So, anyway, so let's go here. I'm gonna read as much of this as I can without boring you, because I want to get dates and names and such right. And then I'm gonna go into Jody's book and show you some things, because there's a lot of misconceptions about a lot of about Shiny Brights, and you know, people will say that they're that people clean the oxide and stuff out of the insides of them, which they may do. But anyway, we're gonna take a little bit of a deeper dive in with her book. So, you know, when you do research, you learn from other people who have spent years and years and years of doing research, and you should always make sure that you give them the credit where credit is due. And she has spent years, and her books have just, I don't know about this one. It even has notes, places where you can write notes. But footnotes, she's got footnotes like crazy in her books. And I don't have her other book, but I'm going to get it because this is something that probably I will start. I have a large collection. I have a large collection, what I think is a large collection here, but I have more in storage. And I also have, her name is, let me type that into chat. Thank you very much. Her name is Jody. Let me get this over here so that I can spell it correctly, right? I guess I could do it right here on this one. Jody. Spell it right too. That would be nice, huh? Pritzl. And I can't type and talk at the same time for those of you that know. This is her second book. And let's see if she has her first book. This one just came out, actually. This is the one that I want to get. Immigrants, Ornaments, and Legacies. I can't spell, you guys. And you can get her book on E-R-I. This is painful. It's painful for me. Oh, that's spelled so wrong. You can get her book on Amazon. That's where I got her book from. So there you go. There's her info, and then she's also on YouTube. She has a very, very small channel. So hit her up and go learn some stuff. And she's a very good teacher. This is just Shiny Bright Christmas Ornaments, the story. And it's a PDF that I pulled off of the interwebs. So after World War I, the manufacture and purchase of German glass Christmas ornaments resumed, though it was apparent in the 1930s that another war was looming. The German ornament trade in the United States was handled by businessmen who had sales and import offices in New York. And really what happened was, and if you go and watch Jody's videos, you'll really, really, really learn a lot. But she has an ad or a piece out of a paper that talks about anybody buying American products or selling to America is a
prophecy has been fulfilled.
That's what she gets. Sorry. Puppy intervention or puppy. Anyway, needless to say, see, I just got totally. They quit. The first ornaments sold from Max Eckhart were sold at Woolworths, I believe. And you have a book by George Johnson on glass ornaments. Oh, I bet. I think I have a couple more in the other room too. Thank you, Doug. Anyway, and so she has all kinds of cool stuff. I have some of them in this book, but I think more of them will be. I'll show you some of the pictures in this book because she has a lot of them in her video and whatnot. I didn't want to take any pictures because she asked that you not without her permission, and I haven't had the book for very long. So I'll just pimp her out on the show. Anyway, so Woolworths, there was a salesman that got Woolworths to buy a case of the ornaments, and this was before the war. And they were like, we'll just buy a case, but you have to take them back if we don't sell them anymore, is basically how the story goes. And I guess they went really well, and then he bought more, and he bought more, and he bought more, and finally he made a trip over to Germany to procure them himself. And so Max Eckhart, a German immigrant, was such a businessman. Now, that's not the guy from Woolworths, the person that went over to do it. In the 1920s, he decided to produce his own line of ornaments, opened his own company in New York City, and had a warehouse by the Harlem River for storing ornaments imported from Bavaria. His ornaments were sold under two different names, Shiny Brite and Max Eckhart. And that's Max, let's see, Eckart. Max Eckhart. Max Eckhart and Sons. Max's relatives and their employees in Germany silvered and decorated the glass ornaments by hand. The ornaments were intricate in design with hand-painted complexity. Such shapes as Christmas balls, figures of Santas and elves, cottages, stars, lanterns, etc. were decorated with lacquer-printed stencils, glue, and glitter. And we're going to talk about that on how to clean them and take care of them, because you don't want to use any kind of water. In the late 1930s, Eckhart sensed that a possible war would affect the supply of ornaments. In 1937, he and a rep from F.W. Woolworth approached Corning Glass Company of New York. So this was already after they'd been selling here. Corning Glass Company of New York to find a way to make American glass ornaments. Woolworth offered Woolworth offered to place a large order for its chain of stores if Corning could successfully modify its glass ribbon machine designed to make light bulbs, which they did. With Corning's success, Woolworth placed an order for more than 235,000 orders. In December 1939, the first mass-produced Corning blown and machine lacquered ornaments were shipped to Woolworth's 5 and 10 cent stores, where they were sold from 2 to 10 cents each. By 1940, Corning was making about 300,000 plain glass ornaments a day and sending them to other companies for decoration. And let's see, it's funny, I think somewhere right in here she has a picture. That's Corning. Well, this is her picture on Corning Glassworks. This is an amazing book. I don't know how you guys feel about history, but you know, she had a picture in here of, there is a picture. Oh, there it is. I knew it was. This one's not in color, but you'll find it everywhere. And these are all the different colors. And that, I believe, is Max, the gregarious, optimistic businessman, and his Shiny Brite from firm when he sold it to Thor Manufacturing. So that's Max Eckhart right there. Anyway, they had so many ornaments and they had nowhere to store them. So they rented out a theater, and they removed all the seats from the theater so that they could store all of these glass bulbs. It's pretty funny. Hi, Josie. Anyway, so their large cartons of the clear glass balls were shipped to Max Eckhart, their largest customer, and his newly built decorating plant in New Jersey, where they were silvered, lacquered, and decorated by hand. Simple forms were the only ornaments available at this time, but other shapes and sizes were soon to be introduced. And the reason why they only had the simple forms was because they were making them on those old machines that did the light bulbs. And here's another bola for you. If you didn't know that old light bulbs are worth some money, go check those out. I just listed some old tungsten ones that were made in Bavaria. And there's a huge story on that one too. In 1941, Eckhart was produced under the trade name Shiny Brite. have to. Here is a tiny box of Shiny Brites. Now they're not a full set because they're not all the same color, but American made. See that? Let me set these over here. All right. The ornaments were silvered on the inside as well as the outside so they could remain shiny and bright for longer periods. Initially, they were lacquered by machine on the outside and then decorated by hand. World War II wartime shortages eventually made it impossible to get either lacquer or the silver oxide for the decorating. And in earlier times, they actually used mercury and lead sometimes too. Because of material shortages, the clear glass balls were decorated with thin stripes and pastel colors, which didn't require much metallic oxide pigment. This is such a washed out. Boy, you guys really got to go. Hi, Maria. You really got to go. If you can visit the Corning Museum in Corning, New York. Oh, I bet it is. Really got to go watch her videos. You will learn so much. You have some from the 70s. Corning altered its machines to produce a greater variety of shapes and sizes of the glass balls. Due to the war, the metal cap for the hanging hook gave way to cardboard. So if you see shiny Brite ornaments that have a cardboard cap, don't pull that cardboard cap out. It's supposed to be there. And there's High Silver Hair Stacker, and there's about 5 or 6 different styles of the cardboard caps. Shiny Brites were on all Christmas trees all over America. They were sold in Woolworths for a very affordable price. They were packaged in solid brown cardboard boxes and later enhanced with a cellophane window and featured the words American made. Following the war, Shiny Brite became the largest ornament company in the world. They were popular throughout the 40s and 50s, with their heyday occurring in the late 50s. They stopped selling as well in the 60s. It's said the company started making plastic ornaments and weren't made at all by the 70s. It was during the early 60s that the Emmetsville appeared on the scene. Former general manager Andy Rawitz indicated that the company moved to, I can't even pronounce this, Emigsville, Emmetsville, because of the proximity to Corning and the McCrory Company, plus having a railroad siding, which helped with cross-country shippings, right? Is Todd in here? Did I miss you? Nope. There you are. I got problems, Todd. Sorry. The company employed 280 people in 3 shifts, produced year-round, storing inventory for the Christmas season, October through December. An early snow in October and November helped increase sales. And then it literally just goes on a little bit, but that's about all I want to really read from this, because I really want to focus on the wartime ones, which she talks a lot about, and then some of the German and the Polish and Czechoslovakian and the Japanese ones. And speaking of that, as far as the Japanese ones went, a lot of the Japanese balls were the tiny ones, and so they would have been more for, ooh, it is hot. Look at it. I don't know who made these. These are actually plastic. And that's something you got to look for too. This one right here is, I think it's Japan. Made in the US of A. You notice that the silvering's coming off the inside. That's not on the outside, but can you see that? This is a smaller one, made in the US of A. They will have different caps, different styles of caps. What's this one here? Nothing, nothing, nothing. This one is made in the US of A. Made in, yep, different company. There's also, this is not Shiny Brite, right? This is just an empty container I'm using to hold stuff. This is a Newark Shiny Brite container. You guys, this cellophane is tortured on most of these boxes, but these boxes are valued just as much by people as the ornaments are valued. And I got the wrong box here, wouldn't you know it? I mean, I want to show stuff out of this box too, but the box that I really want is down here. All of these are Shiny Brites. They didn't all come in this, but I've been sorting my stuff. This box, I don't know what air it is. I haven't looked it up, but you can see that the plants north, the different plants that they had, Hoboken, West New York, North Bergen. And then it says right there, Max, Eckhart and Sons. So that would have to have been, when did our story say? In the 30s. I'm not doing too good about having my poop in a group. I'm going to stick with mostly with her story because Max Eckhart and Sons, 1920s. So ornaments were sold under two different names, Shiny Brite and Max Eckhart and Sons. So that's one of the older boxes, but the boxes that you really want to look at, Shiny Brite looks like the top of your head. Hi, Amy, how are you? Yes, old one like that were made with colored glass and silvered, yes. And the initial ones that they made at the Corning Glass Company were all clear, and then they were sent and they were silvered, and there were 5 different colors. It was silver, gold, red, green, and blue. So the initial true first ones that came from the Corning Glass Company were just round balls. I feel like I have, well, I have some in this box right here that I just took out. So they would have been, see if I can get it out without, this one's seen a few better days. So this would have been one of the early ones, and you can tell Shiny Brites made in USA. This cap right here will help you date them. This one is crimped, and then when the wartime came, they couldn't silver them. This isn't one of the original ones because it has mica on it, and they were clear, and they striped them like that. They had different shapes, different sizes. They had the lantern ones. They had these ones with the 2 different colors on them. And put this back here. One of the things that's really cool is she has in here all of the different designs. These are ornaments that she has. She didn't like, but there is a paper that you can find courtesy of the Rackout Research Library, Corning, New York. And it's Corning Glassworks, Corning, New York, Christmas tree ornaments. And it gives the sizes and the styles, what they're actually called. So you have the pyramid one over here, and then you have the lantern with stars, and you have the pine cone, plain lantern, the reflector, the bell, the pine cone. This oblong one we'll talk about that a little bit. You have the diamond, another lantern, another reflector. This bell is interesting because Pyramid Glass made different bells too. So, and Pyramid Glass was just another house that had another manufacturer similar to Corning. They made the glass ornaments, and then they were sent out and bought by whoever, and they were decorated as well. So the original colors were blue, red, green, silver, and gold in sizes of 1 3/4 inches or 2.5 inches. So those were the original ones that came from Corning Glass. Did I say Pyramid Glass? Premier Glassworks in Irvington, New Jersey. Let's look back here. She talks about them. In 1921, Premier Miniature Bulb Company in Newark, New Jersey was a lighting manufacturer. By the late 30s, the firm became Premier Glassworks, a maker of Christmas ornaments. Glass was blown in 2 New Jersey facilities in Irvington and Hoboken, where once Lionel manufactured model trains. Premier Ornaments resulted from the work of 3 men: Walter Gebauer, a talented tool maker; Adam Gebauer, who was a glass chemist by trade; and Angelo Paione, P-A-I-O-N-E, so it might be Peony, an inventor and an expert in machine technology. One of the coolest, and what Jody says is one of the few or only ornaments that was hand painted, was an oblong. Some people call it a teardrop, some people call it a pear shape, but it's this one right here. And you'll notice that it has tinsel inside it. It was probably as early as 1935, certainly by 1938, she says the bulb was hand striped and the tinsel inserted manually. Various colors exist. The early oblong and a 3-inch version is possible to be acquired. And she does reference people to go to eBay to look for ornaments, which I thought was kind of neat. So talking about the caps, the early caps that on the early years, the early reflectors, Premier made a lot of different styles, designs. They didn't just make the oblong and the round balls, but they also did reflectors. Theirs are different. They're not as deep, you'll see. And their cap is, it actually says Premier Glass Company on it, just as Shiny Brite says Shiny Brite on it. You just got back from Murano, saw the great, oh wow, I bet that was amazing. So during the war, they didn't have the metal to make the caps. They didn't have the silver nitrate to line the insides with. They didn't have the lacquer. They didn't have anything, but they had the sand and the facilities to make the glass balls. And so a lot of the glass, a lot of the ornaments were transparent, and then they wouldn't just be like clear transparent. They were making them colored, so they would be red and green and blue, I think. And then they came out later with some in the 40s with purple and orange, and I was trying to think of some of the other colors. And they got better and better and better at being able to have the molds. These were hand blown, but they were hand blown in a mold. They were blown with a mold too. Yours didn't have the stripe, but had damage. Hope you kept it. Oh, you didn't have, no, you probably lost that in the flood, didn't you? So the one thing I don't like about her book, and it's probably why it wasn't as expensive, is it's like photocopied. It's not shiny, so the pictures are kind of dull, but that's okay. You guys get the idea there, the different striping. and and mica hadn't been introduced yet. And let's look at some of the cardboard caps. They're all different. These ones are from Premier, and they're pretty much the same. They would have a cardboard cap. They would have a cardboard or a piece of rope, string, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you lost all your Christmas stuff. You lost everything. Between 1946 and 1955, the chemicals came back, the metals came back, and they started selling the silvered and painted ornaments again. And this is what their boxes would look like. And they were only in red, green, and blue. She doesn't have a picture of a green one, but that's what Premier glass. So there's a hanger, what it would look like without seeing the top of it, but it would also say Premier glass. One thing you guys need to know is that if your ornaments break, save those hangers, because the hangers do get damaged. The hangers get lost, and you can, hi Chrissy, how are you? You can sell lots of the hangers, and I'm talking about the cap. I'm talking about this piece with this in it, right? So see how that says Shiny Bright, made in the USA. And this has mica on it. I don't think they started using mica until the 40s, if I believe I'm correct on that. But I'm wrong about a lot of stuff, so that's okay. It's easy to find out. I think mica was used in the 40s. So my box, let's see. She's got a picture of one right here. In 1938, a boycott was called on U.S. firms sourcing goods from Germany, including Strauss and Eckhart. Max's ornament business in jeopardy. That's when he got with the Corning Glass Works and Otto Kohler to decorate the Corning mass-produced bulbs. Shiny Brights expanded to 4 New Jersey factories. So with the acquisition of K&W Glassworks and Premier Glassworks in the late 1950s, Shiny Brights had 50% market share of American-made glass ornaments. Max leveraged the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and mass merchandising to create an iconic brand. He was pretty good at it. So, pre-war, manufactured by the Scoville Manufacturing Company, the Corning cap, used from 1938 to 1943 and 1946 forward, was scalloped, but stamped, made in US of A. That's what it would look like. I can show it to you on the ornaments, but man, that's much better. And can you see how it's scalloped down here? But there's no ridges. It's just plain. I don't know. I might have some small ones like that. And here is, these are actually the colored ones that they did in 1942. That's just your clear one right over here, right? And then you have the colored ones that they would get. And they started making opaque ones, specialty oblongs, tinsel ornaments. She really talks a lot about that because they didn't have the silver nitrate. They couldn't silver the insides of them. They were putting tinsel in, pieces of tinsel in the ornaments. And she said, and I agree with her, that tinsel is underrated. And that was one of the first imported Christmas items You see the different, down here, this one right here, see, you've got regular tinsel. Inside there's a different kind of tinsel, and then this tinsel is when they started putting plastic with it. And I guess there's different ways to date your ornament by what kind of tinsel is inside it, which is pretty interesting. Now you could probably pick up some shiny brights that somebody stuffed some tinsel in it, and you know, you can go to the craft store and buy clear ornaments. People would buy them and put stuff in them and do all this stuff. Hi Nora, how are you? So it looks to me like, since I'm looking at this, mica came around in the 40s, because she has one here with mica on it, and it's also clear. Tinsel was invented in Germany, inserted into Christmas ornaments to add sparkle to transparency, especially during 1940 to 42. Tinsel was inserted into rounds, oblongs, and bells at the K&W glass factories and sold as shiny brights. Here she really gets into the cardboard caps. I can't stress enough. Hey, Doug, are you still with me? Will you drop her, whoever it was, drop her YouTube channel or the video again? By 1944, metal caps were no longer available. After just 5 years of American-made bulbs, necessity created solution of cardboard caps to hang Christmas ornaments during the war. And it's funny because I knew that, but I never really paid too much attention to it. Thank you so much, both of you, Jeremy and Doug. She shows these up close. So if you really want to get a good look at them, you know, I'm just regurgitating and probably not doing a very good job of it. Her videos aren't very long. She's got two, one from her first book and one from this book, and about the same stuff that's in this book, and they're like 15 minutes long. I've watched them 3 times. I could watch them again and again and again because I enjoy learning about that stuff. There were at least 4 styles of cardboard caps: diamond, loop, circle, and a combination utilizing a cardboard cap with a metal spring loop. She doesn't, let me see here. These pictures are really dark. I was going to say, okay, this is probably, there's the diamond one. And you'll see it's just a piece of cardboard sticking out and down inside it. Then you have this one right here, which is silver, but it is cardboard, and it would go down inside. It still had the metal to make the hangy things, that thing right there. You guys, if you find these, even if you find the package and there's only a few of them, I sell these every year for $24.99, whether they're full or not. People love the packaging, and these older hangers are made differently. They're thicker and they stay where they're put. Does that make sense? So every one of them that I've found, I have collected them, and I don't store my ornaments with the hooks on them. Absolutely not. It's a good way to get caught underneath in the cardboard and pull it off and break the stem of your bulb. And we'll talk about storing bulbs too. So anyway, because I don't have any with paper caps, I have to show you these, and we'll pull some up too. That's paper cap with rope. That's a paper cap. And the paper caps were glued on. So they weren't just sitting there hoping to not fall off, if that makes sense. An unusual transparent that utilizes a hybrid of cardboard and metal cap when they were starting to come back. So you can see that one right there has the very thin metal and the cardboard cap. And then there's a real one on an opaque ball. Very interesting. I think that there aren't a lot of the paper ones out there. So you used to reuse your ornaments every year in the 70s and 80s. I'm sure they were already old. Oh yeah, we reused ours. I still have. We never had technically what I would call shiny brights. I mean, we had bulbs, we had glass bulbs, but I don't think that they weren't passed down from anybody, if that makes sense. But there's other ornaments that, and my mom asked me if I wanted them because she knew I liked them. So, and they're nothing exciting, but they were from our Christmas tree, and I enjoyed decorating the Christmas tree. That ended about 10 years ago, but we're going to have Christmas this year. Going to get we had Christmas last year, but there's just been a lot of stuff going on in my life with cancer and my burn and Dren's mom passing away and stuff. And there were other things to do. So the common shiny bright caps, that's the little metal piece, right? How do I need to keep this ball out, this ornament out here for a minute. I'm scared I'm going to drop it and break it. That's why. This is the cap, right? This is the common cap that was used after 1947. We're branded with the corrugated edge. So you see that just like cardboard, right? Since Shiny Bright and George Frank both sourced bulbs from Corning glass, the caps are interchangeable, but not properly sized for a premier glass ornament. I don't have any of the premier glass ornaments. Hi, Jenny. How are you? But I shouldn't say that. I don't know that I may have some in storage, and I may have a couple of down here. I have a couple ornaments that don't have a cap, and their top right here is quite a bit smaller. And they could actually be Polish because or Japanese, because the tops on the Japanese ones are very tiny, and on a lot of the Polish ones. So this ornament right here is probably 1940. I think it might be 1942. Let me see. She has a 1942 is no, it can't be. It's got this 1947 because you can date it with that, and it's transparent, and it's got two stripes on it. I was looking to see if she had one right here. These are called mushrooms with a frosted rim, and they're called fancies. Fancy that. That style right there is called a mushroom. That's pretty cool. I like them. I have quite a few of them. I'll set that back down there. Technically, any ornament that is not round can be called a fancy, she says. Grape clusters. I have some of these. Grape clusters were produced around 1956. All right, where did they go? They're in the bottom of this box because that's where they would be. I have two. And she says to notice, what is she saying here? Note the lack of a stem compared to the other one that I, of course, just put back, because why wouldn't I have? Well, I have a very special one. This is super old, and it says nothing on the cap. I think this is actually a premier, and it had tinsel in it at one point in time because you can see it down in there. Oh, it makes me nervous just holding it. Can you see the difference? I'm almost positive this is a premier just by looking at the ones in the book, but these have none of these little ones, these little shorter ones. I think this is Shiny Bright too. This is one of the older ones that Woolworth carried, and it's USA, but it has 5, 5, 10, and that's what they would use. Can you guys see the numbers on there? 5, 5, maybe it's 5, 5, 5 on this one, and then USA, and that's what they priced them at. Because I can talk. Anyway, I always thought that these were pine cones, but they're not. They're grape clusters. And so I have 2 of these, and pink sells really well. Pink is any of the pinks are quite sought after. Is this a premiere? Let me see. Nope. This is Poland. Okay. This is before. See that long, skinny stem? See how it says Poland there? I keep turning it the wrong way. Poland. The pink ones are your favorites. I like the pink ones too. So when Dren and I went to get Dr. Pepper from my friend Chrissy, the Rusty Bucket who is in here, we went into 2 truck beds that she had there, and we found a bunch of ornaments, and she very generously gave them to me. These will not be for sale. You had a green one like the pink ornament. I too thought that the grapes were pine cones. I know, huh? I think these are Polish too. Yep. Look at this, you guys. These are hand painted. Poland. And then I don't know how these managed to survive in that truck bed. They were just in a cardboard box. This one too is Poland. This one too is hand painted, but look at that. There is one teeny, and that hole could have been there. I don't know if it's supposed to be there or not. I have 4 of these, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. I have 8 of these. I mean, really? I know, aren't they cool? I can't tell you how much I appreciate you gifting these to me, Chrissy. Those are just amazing. It's kind of like, oh, I do have one. All right, who made this one? Made in US of A. I'm gonna say that this, I have one oblong, and they did start to machine. This one is not. There's no way this one was hand painted. They perfected. Let's see. Let me find it, because she's got a good selection of. Those are crimped tops. Those are crimped tops. That's what's. I really think I paid $14 for this book, including tax. It was worth every cent I paid for it. I think that this oblong one is from not where I'm finding. I'm looking for the, let's see. It is from 1939 to 1943, somewhere in that time frame. Yep. And it may even be a little earlier, because it is, I think this one is on paint, is done on the inside. Now, I have I don't know if this other one, and then there's the bells. Bells and the whistles. These are Shiny Brites. I have a magnifying glass over here. That's how. These also are 5, 5, and 5. Is what it says on the caps. You guys, do not store your ornaments in the cardboard boxes. You need to get, okay, here we go. Shiny Brite, made in the USA. And this would have been probably, I think, after the war. Yeah, this would have been 1947. Let me go back here to this page I was at. Reference material. It's like a Zoom class. Shiny Brite, made in USA. It's got the crimped, corrugated, they called it. And this is a spear. Oh, I just had it. I just had it on this one. It's funny when she shows her ornament, she's like, this is actually a good idea if you're having children or adults or people that just have accidents. She takes tissue paper and puts it in muffin tins, and that's how she had them to display. But isn't that, and it's kind of a teal aquamarine color. There are so many different kinds of bells, and then here's one. These are ones. Let me find this box. It's right here. They are called Scenic Designs. These are cool. They're all cool. There's nothing not cool about them. And it's pink. And it's got the stars and the moons and the planets and the mica. Yes, you need to get the acid-free museum quality tissue paper to put your ornaments in. Not just regular. These are all Shiny Brites. And you'll notice that they're dusty because they sat in a one way. You'll also notice that this is clear, right? One way to tell some of these older ones, if they've been switched out from the newer ones, they still make ornaments. They still make reflective ones that are glass. They might not be Shiny Brites, but like I said, people save these caps. So you do need to be careful. The older ones are deeper. Does that make sense? This spot in here is deeper. Hope I'm not freaking you out. Than the newer ones. I have, rather than pull them all out of here, this is one box. I'm losing. Okay. This is perfect, actually. This is an old hanger. Look at how thick that is compared to the, I don't even keep the newer ones. And so I just put the hangers in here because I wanted to make sure that I had one for each box. But these will be coming out here soon. And, you know, IKEA has great ornament boxes. Hi, Muriel. Hi, Carol Ann. And Kathy. Kathy, you've been in here for a while. I just happened to, you have that one that I just had. And then I'm running out of room. These ones right here that I'm going to show you came in. I only have 3. And I don't think this is the original box. However, I could be wrong. Okay, see, I need to find some caps somewhere because I have one that is missing the cap. And I know what color cap, what kind of cap I need for it. Hi, Karen. How are you? Thanks for saying hi. All right. These are called Scenic Designs. And they will have this one right here, Merry Christmas, with, this is not the poinsettia. This is the Christmas greeting, 1955. I have 3 of these, and you'll see that it says, I think this has the 555 USA. Yep. Some people try to collect just all of these, right? Now these come in a bunch of different, I don't need anything else out of there. I want to show you this box. I had literally bought these boxes when I was in, when I went to get the puppy. There was, we went to a couple of sales and the lady had a storage unit. No, did I get these? No, I got these here. I got these here after I came back at a garage sale and she had 3 of these. And they come with these cardboard separators. Don't yell at me yet. I'm waiting for my tissue paper to get here. But I had to separate these. And they come with the cardboard things. You put them together. And there's I think there's enough for 4 layers. There's a piece of cardboard that inserts inside there. You guys need to, when you store them, get the acid-free. Hi, Robin. How are you? Thanks for coming in. The acid-free tissue paper, just like if you were going to mount a picture, a new picture, you want the acid-free. I'm looking at this picture right here, thinking that you guys, matte, you know, because you don't want to be ruining your pictures. And some people will wrap the ball actually in the acid-free, and then they will put quilt batting or something else soft underneath them and on the top of them. They protect them very well. And the reason why they start losing their color, like that one gold one that I showed you, lost my mind. Here it is. Is because of how they're stored. The weather. The weather does that to them. So if they're stored in an attic and they're just stored in the boxes, even if they're stored not in the boxes, they need to be kept somewhere where it's climate controlled. So you need to have a closet downstairs, not in the attic, or in an upstairs bedroom, or somewhere where the climate is now is definitely the time to be getting these less listed. Absolutely. But, you know, Christmas sells all year long and it sells very well. And if I preach this all the time, if you follow me on Instagram, then you see it all the time. And I get so frustrated, but probably because I've lived by myself and raised my kids by myself, and I have a little bit of an issue with control. No nasty comments in the chat about that. That not you guys, let's not make this personal to you. When people list items that are vintage and collectible and hard to find, and they take lowball offers for them, you are ruining the market for that collectible. Not necessarily ruining the market for other people, which you definitely are, but you are bringing down the value of that collectible. And these ornaments, they don't make anymore. And that makes them very collectible. Hi, Daniel. Everybody tell Daniel flipping ain't easy. Happy birthday. So I think I posted the other day on Instagram about a vintage brooch that I sold, and I sold it. It was the highest sold in that category of that brooch on Posh, on Etsy, on everywhere. And I had somebody that was wanting it for $20. I had it listed for, I don't remember what I had it listed for. That was a few days ago. Anyway, and she kept telling me how she had bought one on this platform for this much and that I had my price listed too high. And I said, my item was in better condition than all those other ones. And I am pricing it at the condition and the price that it should sell for. Well, I sent somebody an offer for 10 or 15% off on it because I had it priced high and they bought it. So it's just a matter of knowing the collectibles, and a lot of people will say, well, people spend money and they need to get their money back right away. Well, I get that too. I spend money too, and I have to pay my bills and do all of that too. But, there's other things that you can buy and flip. That pumpkin behind me is kind of creepy. I made that years ago. I think I was pregnant with my youngest son when I painted that guy. Can you see it? Where? Right there. Hi, KK. Anyway, so you need to, if you're going to sell these, you need to price them where they should be. We're going to look some of these up here in a minute because I want you to see how much money that these are worth. Even just the plain balls, even just the paper containers. So if you want to get a more detailed, better history, go check Jody's channel out. She's got 2 very good videos. Go back up in the chat and I will put the title of her book in the description. It's just, she talks about Jolly Holly. She talks about all different kinds. There's more than just the newer ones, right? The newer ones are going to have, this was tree toppers. Let's talk about tree toppers. Tree toppers. Chrissy also gifted me a tree topper. I was like a kid in a candy store. Selling vintage isn't a speed flip game. You'll lose if you're impatient. Not only will you lose, everybody else trying to sell those and keep the market where it's at will lose as well. 100%. You get mad when I get lowball offers and say how someone else is cheaper. I had 2 of those yesterday, 2 of them. And I told them, I said, I know there's other ones out there for cheaper because I listed. So feel free to go purchase one of theirs. Well, yours is in better condition. That's why it's priced where it's at. So tree toppers are an impressive, I'm reading this out of her book. For those of you that came in late, Jody L. Pritzel, Vintage American-Made Glass Christmas Ornaments. She has a YouTube channel. It's been dropped a few times. Feel free to drop it again, Jeremy and Doug, if you want. Tree toppers are an impressive, supersized glass ornament. Early 20th century tree toppers were sold as part of an assortment. As Christmas trees grew taller, evolving from tabletop and feather varieties, there was an increased demand in the 1930s for larger ornaments. Many tree toppers were made in Europe, especially post-war when Max Eckhart reestablished ornament manufacturing in West Germany. Excuse me. Okay, glass tree toppers fell out of favor when angels... Siggy, are you still here? We were just talking about this in Donna and T's chat. When angels and electrified stars became popular Christmas tree decorations, George Frank toppers were typically a single color and less ornate than those from West Germany. The Franks marketed their product as treetop ornaments, selling both German and American-made tree toppers. There are other instances when tree toppers were called treetop spires. I don't know. I don't believe, don't quote me on this, I don't believe Shiny Brite actually made tree toppers. So there's the box for a George Frank. Look at it, it has time. Where am I going here? It has the time life symbol on there. All right. Hang on. The shiny, shiny. It says, note the discoloration at the end. Shiny Brite tree topper. So that's what she has listed there. I don't know if it's from the Shiny Brite company or if it's just Shiny Brite, right? Does that make sense? So this box I thought was moldy, but it's actually not. It's the design on the box. This is Christmas Classics hand decorated glass ornaments created by European craftsmen expressly for Commodore Manufacturing Company, Brooklyn, New York, made in Romania. There's no date, but it has a scan, so we know it's in the 70s. You have one like that, but it's Commodore. Well, that's what this one is. Hola, Mike, how are you? All right, this thing is gorgeous. It's almost as if there were two. There was a plastic one and there was this glass one, and Chrissy was like, you take the glass one, I'll take the plastic one. It almost looks like, you guys, that it's never been used. There's no scratches. Like they just bought it and these would have been hand painted, right? You can't do that on a machine. So this is, let's see how tall this one is. Well, about 10 1/4 inches tall, this one is. Isn't that pretty? I mean, this actually has enough of, I should probably bring this over here, but then I won't be able to use it when I need to. This actually has enough different colors on it. You know, people are let's see if we can do that and get a little more light for you guys. All right. People are doing Halloween trees. You got your yellow and your fall. They're doing Valentine's trees. They're doing Christmas trees. They're doing Easter trees. They're doing summertime trees. They're doing trees they're just leaving their trees up for 365 days a year, and they're decorating them for whatever the heck they want to. But these things right here, don't discount the fact that it looks like it came from a dime store, because 95% of these ornaments came from a dime store, right? Look at the boxes and look at how the inside of this box was made to hold the top of that. I seriously, just from looking at the inside of that, it does. If it was used on something, it was used on like a feather tree or something like that. You only do Arbor Day trees. That sounds about right. You just let them do your thing, though. You don't you just watch them undecorate themselves. You just listed, Mom Knows Treasures just listed a set of long, twisty glass icicles made in Poland. Ooh, well, if you haven't sold them yet, you can go change the price. What do I always say? Somebody type it in the chat. What I always say about how you should list stuff. Come on, somebody knows it. I'm gonna have it put on a t-shirt soon. I'll give you guys a few minutes. Well, yes, Newberries. I'm gonna give somebody a minute to type that out while I pull a couple other ornaments out, and then I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go on the interwebs. Price, know your worth for sure. Price your items high You can always take a lower price for them, but you can never take a higher price for them, ever. Price it high, put best offer on it. If you, yep, you got it. You guys got it. So one of the things that she talks about is, these are shiny brights. Some of these are shiny brights. I think they're all shiny brights. I don't know if I got them in this box or if I put them in here. I don't think so, but looky here. Looky, I got hooky. I got an extra cap that will go on that, and it is a shiny bright. This one, I can tell you right now, is not. And how can I tell you? How can we tell? Look at how tiny that is. This is probably Poland or Japan. I think half of these in here, yeah, are Japan. Let's see if I can take this off so that I can actually show you what it says here. These are tiny. A lot of these glass balls that were tiny like this, I don't know. I don't know if I can get it close enough to show you that, but it says Japan up there. Let's see if this other one over here. Check out this box. Glass Christmas ornaments. The value store for 29 cents. 4.0 millimeter. They were made in Japan. It's missing its cellophane. Let's talk about that while we're missing our cellophane. 0.04 millimeter clear mylar and a very thin double-sided tape, and you can fix this. That's what Jody suggests, and a lot of people do. Hi, Cookies Girl, aka Sherry. I don't know. This one's pretty tortured. This can be cleaned up. How do we clean a shiny bright or another glass ornament that's not labeled shiny bright? How do you guys clean them? Do not use water, period. Water will remove if it gets inside, it'll ruin them. If they have any kind of, I gotta put this down here with that. If they have any kind of mica or glitter glued to them, it is glue, and it will come off. You'll ruin it. Dawn dish soap and a scrub brush, you know it. The best way, and I don't have the exact one that I want right here. The best way to clean a ornament is with a paintbrush. You want to find the softest. If you can get a paintbrush that's got sable hair on it, made of sable, and what you really want is one that's in the style of a fan. I'm in the bathtub. Rub-a-dub-dub. So if you have one that the mica is dirty on it and is not as shiny anymore, it's never going to be shiny like it was before. But the best way to clean them, don't use a toothbrush. Don't watch those videos out there that tell you to use a toothbrush and scrub lightly. It just about does me in. All right. This one is dusty. I don't know if you can tell or not. You can surely see it on the glass part. You just want to, getting dust all over my computer. You just want to lightly, that's it. So there's one side that I cleaned. There's the other side that I didn't clean. That's all you need to do. You're going to say that Noelle beat me to it. It's that simple. You know, you're going to, the fan ones are nicer because they're not so thick and they'll get icicles. Are Mom knows treasures. You just don't use canned air ever. Canned air has moisture in it. Just thought I'd put that out there. Because I can see somebody saying that, you know. So do whatever you need to do. Doesn't take much. Now, that one that I showed you that was tortured, you can take a Q-tip or a very small paintbrush, and you can use WD-40 to get that rusty stuff off, or just isopropyl alcohol. Leroy, time to list all of your wrapping paper. If anyone has any, is getting to be that season. Noelle and I already have ours on. Yep, the big ones. I have the big, huge rolls. So does Leroy. Leroy found a bunch of it. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I miss you. All right. That's how you clean them. Any of your ornaments. Here's something else you want to be on the lookout for. These are super tiny. These aren't shiny bright. Wrapping paper next week. I don't even know what brand these are. Let's see. Hang on a second. It does say something. What is it? Maybe it doesn't. Another. These are probably just from a dime store. They are glass. You didn't hear that, did you? Must be playing Jinx with Noelle. I've echoed her twice now. Like mine's, right? Mercury glass ornament, mercury glass bead. Somebody help me. Garland. Oh boy. If you see that, and a lot of people, it's most of the mercury glass bead ornament is only 3 feet long, and you'll have teeny tiny. These are almost too big. Did I bring? Oh man, I did not. Did not bring that box. I have another box, but I have several, and the sprigs too. Oh my goodness. Did I send you some? Did I send you some sprigs, Amy? I had some. You'll see the mercury. You know what? Let me show you two last ornaments. Anybody that knows anything about Christopher Radko knows that Christopher Radko started making, this one is not Radko, but I do have a Radko. I don't know who made this one. It's written on there. This is a figural, right? I have a lot of Christopher Radko listed, and I will not drop my prices on it. Christopher Radko bought, oh man, I believe he bought the Shiny Bright company in the 90s. He was forced out of his company in 2006. Anything Christopher Radko before 2006 is highly sought after. And their Christopher Radko site, this is the perfect time. Let's just go here. Christopher Radko. I'm sharing, right? You guys can see. Yeah, I can see. Let's get over here on this screen. Christopher Radko Superstore, but what you really want is the official site, Christopher Radko Ornaments. And you can go here and you can buy. Oh, wow. I didn't see that earlier when I was on here. Holy moly. You can shop by ornaments. You can shop by collection. you can shop by home decor, and you can go all the way down here. You can buy their catalogs, but you can go here to the retirement list. Your one Radco ornament fell on the floor when you were trying to list it and broke into many, many pieces. Save those pieces if you didn't already. Lots of people will take those pieces and use them to make all kinds of art stuff. So not just Radco, but any of your ornaments. Sorry, I have to have a drink. So this only goes back to 2002. What do you do after that? Well, you go on to eBay or you go on to Google Lens, but you can go in here and it has a list. These are all the Christopher Radco ornaments and their numbers, so that when you ornament, lots of them will have a tag. Lots of them won't. Christopher Radco collectors are pretty particular. They like to keep their boxes. They like to keep their tags. And I'll tell you something. If you don't have a box for your Christopher Radco ornament, well, let me just help you out. Because purchase boxes and catalogs. Yes, you too can go right here to Christopher Radco's website and you can purchase some extra boxes. Okay? You're welcome. All right. What are you guys saying? Trisha had a couple that were really cool. I have one that I got in a $5 fill-a-bag sale. I had two, but one of them got broken. I have saved the, let's go back here. This is the one that, I think I have several in this bag, but this one, I had two of these. The beak got broken on the one, and it may well have been, almost all the Christopher Radcos will have this little hang tag. Not all of them. And it should say Radco. See it? And you see where it says Radco up on the top? I haven't looked this one up yet. I haven't listed it yet. I have so many Christmas ornaments and stuff to list. Ducky, yep. Could have used that a while ago. You're welcome, Jeremy. Hey, Yumi, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? You've been watching the replay for months. I know we haven't. I know you popped in a while ago. I believe that this one is a Radco. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. I'm pretty good and pretty I think it says Radco. This one's a tinier one. I am not sure. Can you guys see that? Nope, I think it says Poland. Not sure. Anyway, all of these ones that I've just been showing you, the little tiny ones, the bear, the duck, they all came in a $5 fill-a-bag. That's kind of what I was thinking too, Chrissy. The Poland ones, some of the Poland ones, the Klugel. You guys, anybody heard of Klugel ornaments? All right, let's go back here and let's go to the interwebs of Google. Get rid of this one. If I can spell this right. Google Christmas ornaments. These are, you will get more money for these than you will probably get for anything. I don't know that I should really say that. These are heavy. They're big. They're glass. They're like thick glass. Look at, see their hand? This one right here, and they will get this price for it. I kid you not. 1890s vintage antique, 4.5-inch high. That's tall. Symmetrical over red mercury glass grape. Look at the size of these. Klugel, 690. Burn that name into your head. What do we got? Poland. Yeah, I think so too. You've heard of the exercises. Oh, yep, got to do those when you're pregnant. That's called Kegel though. Yours was over $100, and it was to commemorate a trip and a moment. Oh, Ethel, you found the pickle and a star. And they're Klugel. That's funny. These three were my lowball offer items yesterday. That's funny that they're right there. Authentic vintage German mercury glass Klugel, 4.5-inch symmetrical grape and red, 1-inch leaf stem and dot brass embossed cap in very good condition. Let's see what they show us for the cap. There you go. That's what it's going to look like. This one actually is ombre. See how it's pink, light pink, and going down? That's gorgeous. I wish they had a hand in one of the pictures or a ruler. You probably don't need one if you know what 4.5 inches is. So let's go back. Let's do this here. These ornaments are huge, you guys. A pickle tree would be awesome. We'll find something to eat. Anyway, Klugel ornaments. This one is showing you how thick, man, this ought to give you an idea as to how thick these things are. Let's just go look at it real quick. I want you guys to understand they're heavy. They're not, you could probably drop one on the floor and more than, I'm not telling you to, please don't. More than likely, it would not break. These are super thick. Showing the raised neck. Figural Klugel. Klugel top of neck cap removed. Note the roughness on top of the neck of the new Klugels. So this must be a newer one. Top of neck cap removed. Most necks on old Klugels have smooth. Not too much longer. There's food out there, buddy. Go look in the snack cupboard. There's all kinds of stuff to eat. There were some 90s knockoffs of those. Yes. Anyway, so that's actually pretty informative right there. If you need to do a little real or repro. I'm gonna come repo your Klugel Christmas tree ornaments. You guys watch out. That picture right there makes me nervous. That picture right there. Vintage Christmas ornaments and how to collect them. Find them and buy them. All right. I'm horrible. What can I say? Let's look for 1930s. Shiny. Hey, can you spell? I'm just looking for 1930s shiny brights. I have one of those. Just because I have some of them to give you an idea. This is Teardrop. And this is, somebody go buy these. Oh my gosh. Don't make me do it. There better be anybody that I know. Let's see what brand these are, if they give us a good. These are the oblong ones, right? We talked about. Let's see if they show us the caps. Of course, they're not going to. This person doesn't. Funny Farm 0704 254. Set of 6 antique teardrop and round glass Christmas tree ornaments. Wow. Hi, Jody. All right. Is it this one? Problem is you can't get in there close. Somebody should buy these. I should buy these, but I have enough. So $14.99. That's a steal. Anybody need some? Not me. You learned some ways to prevent such tragedies and still enjoy. I would never own anything I couldn't have out and get joy from. Yep, 100%. Vintage Poland antique teardrop mercury glass Christmas tree ornament set of 3. Here's some. Are these are torpedo teardrop? Are these like what you had, Yvonne? Mom Knows Treasures, are these like what you listed, or are these yours? They're missing one. So that one right there, that pink and blue one would go really with my other ones. Are you still here, Yvonne? One of the ornaments has a small missing glass chip from the neck where it meets the hanger. Nobody really cares about that. That's probably it. A lot of people will fix these. They will get these. These are gorgeous. If that's what they're charging and that's how they're showing them, they'll never show up alive. You could be correct. You could be 100% correct, Jeremy. For sure. Here's another set. Don't underestimate these Polish ornaments and see if they are nice enough to take it. That's amazing. Those are really pretty to take. I don't think Yvonne's still here. That's amazing right there that's still intact. This is not how you want to store your ornaments, you guys. I mean, that's obviously how everybody did store them. But there are many different sites. The Shiny Brite. I told you there's a big convention every year, and Martha Stewart has items, or has a thing on how to clean them, but they're all pretty much exactly what I just told you. A paintbrush. Do not use water. Any of that kind of stuff. So let's see if that's cool. Modified one-of-a-kind diorama, and people are absolutely doing these little dioramas. They're not. A lot of these ones. Let's see if we can get made in. You can't really tell. A lot of these ones, open ones like these, came from Western Germany and Poland as well, and people will do this. Mineral spirits works best. No. You can do it on yours. Go right ahead. All right. Oh, by the way, if you guys ever see these things right here, these Christmas 2009 Hallmark Happy Tappers, that may or may not be my listing. You guys should go buy it. They're worth quite a bit of money. Wow. Okay, these guys, these guys, these are some, where are these from? Doesn't say. Those are pretty cool though. That one right there. I bet these are Polish. See if it says, oh, where did I see? Thought I saw Poland. It was in my eyes. Doesn't say, so they don't know. Austria. There you go. You sold all of yours already, Austrian. Let's see if we can get some. Oh, I know we can. Let's just do this. Okay, this is cool because we're going to see a lot of the different boxes. This is the older box. It's got no cellophane on the top of it. See how this one has a cellophane and this one doesn't? These older boxes, these boxes that don't have the cellophane on them are older. And let me show you something else about this. Whoever's selling this, I hope it's just the box. Wow. This is a deal. See this? Uncle Sam and Santa. These were the wartime. This was the wartime box. This was after, where's her book here? I think this was the box that was, that's Woolworth's packaging. The Christmas tree window box was 1957. The Merry Christmas, Happy New Year was 1955. This box right here that I'm showing you, after World War II, for their second box, Shiny Bright capitalized on patriotism by pairing Uncle Sam and Santa Claus. With the assistance of the Henry Ford Museum, the green Uncle Sam and Santa box is dated to 1946 and used well into the 1950s. The red color scheme was issued after the green box, possibly in 1949. So, I don't believe that one may be Shiny Bright. I don't know why it's doing that. We know that the Merry Christmas one is. Why is... I think all of these are Shiny Brights. I was trying to get up in there, up there in that to see if it was. So that one, that's a pretty good deal for that box of ornaments there, because I personally would. Here we go. This is where we should be pricing. This is how these ornaments should be priced, just like this. Vintage Shiny Bright Mercury glass ornaments, double indent lantern and rounds, original box bottom. So when they're saying lanterns and rounds, this one right here is round. This one right here is in the lantern shape. Remember, I showed you that picture of all the different shapes. I really encourage you guys to go and buy one of her books. There's my Merry Christmas one. You may want to keep an eye out for Heartfully Yours ornaments as well. That's good to know. I'll have to check that out. We'll look those up. As a matter of fact, Ethel, is that the brand name? Heartfully Yours. Lefton Vintage Christmas, Shiny Bright Vintage Christmas, Laura Jones Studio, 12 Vintage. Personally think that this is, see the orange one? Oh, wow. Those are hard to come by. This is a steal, if you ask me. Each one of these ornaments in here is at least worth $20 by itself. Then you get into the fancy ones and the ones with the reflectors and the clear one. Look at the cap here, right? This cap is corrugated. This cap is not. This one, I don't think that cap even belongs to that. But do you see this? This ornament right here does not. One of these things is not like the other. This is not, I don't think this is shiny bright. This cap is way too big. It is not scalloped like this one or even the other ones. This would be a good item to buy, you guys. I just have to say. 12 vintage Poland intent ornament, old German UFO ornament. I bet that's what that one is. Could be wrong, or it could be that one. So this is just a hodgepodge. These orange ones came out in the late 30s, might even have been the early 40s when the orange ornaments came out. All right, let's go out of here. Here. What did you call those, Brett? Heartfully yours. I can't spell. I can't type. I can't think. Oh, those are gorgeous. Holy moly. Timothy DeClue. Well, we have all learned. I have. Have you guys learned retro reindeer drop? So let's just check this guy out. You guys, Christopher, are these Christopher Radko? Okay. Are these newer ones? When was this put out? Limited edition 1500. Since 1986. His new Heartfully Yours collection goes, okay. So they are gorgeous. They are stunning. They're not his designs, though. Mr. Radko developed these 2022 designs working with, I thought Christopher Radko got booted out. Timothy DeClue collection. They have his name. They have his name. They have his company. From what I understand, they don't have him. Anyway, those are gorgeous. Thanks, Ethel. Extremely rare, 1984. Jody, still in here? Do you have this ornament? Jody, Toy Addict. There you go, you guys. Extremely rare, 1984 strawberry shortcake, first in series by American Greetings. Do not discount American Greetings. Absolutely, I agree with you, Brett. I'm calling you Brett so everybody can read that because I can't highlight you right now. But Brett is my Ethel, for those of you that don't know. A lot of people won't pick up American Greetings, and they think that they're just crap ornaments, and it's not so. American Greetings had some pretty cool lines, and you don't have that one? You can have it for the low price of $599, Jody. I'll keep my eyes open, girlfriend. If I find one, it's yours. I save it for you. All right. I want to find shiny bright ornaments, but I want to find, let's go here. I'm trying to find some better pictures of Christopher Radko. Oh, apparently you can get shiny bright glass ornaments at Target. Those would be the new Radko, I believe. I believe Target has shiny bright ornaments. We were already there. I believe Target has a new line of, I absolutely will. If I find that, it is yours. I kid you not. I look at everything strawberry shortcake now, and if I find something I don't think you have, I ask you. Here's her book right here. $13.99. Amazon.com. And then the other one, she's got the other one. So I got to go get the other one. If you guys want to know, as far as I'm concerned, with all the information that I have taken in the last 2 weeks when I decided to do this, that she has the best info on it. And then you can actually go to, trying to think what it's called. Shiny Brite Convention. Here you go. Anybody, this thing is amazing. Magpie Ethel went to this. For any of you who know who that is, she's on Instagram. She's over in is she in Beaverton? She's over in Portland. She's across the bridge. Majority of yours are plain ones from Kmart. Who cares? Well, once somebody gives you something, it's yours to do with what you want. Shiny Brite Convention, international training. I'm trying to see if they actually have. International training. They actually have a newsletter, Shiny Brite Ornaments. That's not it. Why isn't it that? They just had it. Shiny Brite Convention. Let's do that. Dream Sparkle Star. Why is this not showing up? That's irritating. They just did this. That's images. Registration. Shine Bright. Anybody? Somebody? She posted. She did. Man, she had a blast there. Shine. Why is it not? I actually looked. Shiny Bright Vintage Christmas Shop Shiny Shine Conference is no. Should not be this hard to find. Go check it out. You'll find it. I was reading Shiny Bright. Maybe if I do this. Oh, probably because I spelled bright wrong. You think that might have had something to do with it? Tour of vintage and antique Christmas decorations at the 2022 convention. Oh, what the heck? Let's just do this. A Lost Lake production. You guys. Cannot sell these on eBay anymore. Can't even list them. You cannot sell the bubbler lights on eBay. I don't know if you can sell them on Mercari or Etsy. They have poison in them, and if it breaks, you can't even list them on eBay. They will take your listing down. Jinx, you owe me a Coke, but I don't drink soda, so we're good there. The Golden Glow, you're right. Anyway, you guys, if vintage Christmas, vintage Halloween, any of that, shop Goodwill. You can probably sell them on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if they've taken them down. It never used to be a problem, but since USPS, they changed some things on their hazardous materials list. So as cool as they are. And I've sold several sets of them, and I have an amazing set that has the cloth braided cord that's green and white. So, well, I don't know how that, well, Shop Goodwill isn't eBay. That's all I can tell you, Amy. So can you ship them? You can ship them. You can ship them ground hazardous materials. You cannot ship anything like that. FedEx. I don't know about UPS. I don't think you can. Your sister still uses your mom's 2 sets of bubble lights. I love them. Aren't they gorgeous? Anyway, they're out there. You can find them. You just won't find them on eBay. Can you guys, anybody know if you can list them on Etsy? Let's check that out. Noma bubble lights. I'm sure that, wow, Amazon. I thought they took them off of Amazon too. Looks like you can sell them on Etsy. So there's your spot, Etsy, and Etsy has all kinds of them. Can't sell them on eBay though, I can tell you that. Am I sharing? No, I wasn't. All right, there you go, you guys. Noma. You can, apparently somebody's selling them on Amazon, so I don't know how long that'll last. Sorry about that I wasn't sharing. That's what they look like. I have a really super old set. They don't work, but they're amazing. There you go. Do not sell them, list them, attempt to sell them on eBay. I don't know, Jody, to tell you the honest truth. But I do know that they won't let you sell them. It's like, I have a vintage t-shirt that's made by a company called Roach. I cannot put their name in the title because of roach killer, which has toxins in it. It's hilarious, to be honest with you. Anyway, so did I forget anything? I know I didn't talk too much about the German and the Polish and the Japanese because mostly I wanted to focus on Shiny Brites made in the USA and the history of that. Just the ones with the methyl chloride, but eBay has pretty much, yeah, I could be wrong, look it up, but the newer ones, you would like to think that you can still list them. Anyway, but we'll have to continue with this. So know that I would say 80% of the time, probably even higher, their algorithms are so old they don't even know when their hand is wiping their mouth or their butt, Ethel. That you can pretty much always, not always, date a glass ornament or tell where they've come from by the cap. And you can also tell the pre-war ones. Yeah, they're pulling the newer ones too, Courtney says. That's kind of what I thought. Courtney, didn't you talked about that in your Vero? Didn't you talk about that in one of your Vero videos? You want to drop the link to that if you did? I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah, I thought you did. You feel free to drop that if you have time. When eBay does a ban, it's usually blanket covering everything and everything related. 100%. That's how they work it because they can't I probably shouldn't say anything. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Isn't that what Peter Rabbit's dad said? Peter Rabbit's mom said, Peter Rabbit's dad said. That's what somebody said that they said. I love eBay. It is my number one place, but I do on Grailed some things. But I won a free month's worth of List Perfectly, and I've been gonna do it for a while, so why not? So I will be listing on Mercari, Etsy, and I don't really want to list on Poshmark because I don't have time to go in and share my closet and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where that is. I need a Clippy, and I bet I don't even have one in here. Anyway, so you Googled it. All the bubble lights are methyl chloride, even the new ones. Thank you very much, Jeremy. So there you go. Oh, just say it. They watch my videos. I know they do because they've told me that when I've called them and talked to them. Not that it matters. I mean, they watch everybody's videos, especially if you hashtag them. Yeah, their system is just so antiquated, and rather than just figuring out some way to build a whole new system and move everybody's stuff over or something, they just keep messing with it. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so it's kind of screwed up in their algorithm. I don't even think the algorithm knows there's an algorithm anymore. The social aspect of Poshmark is thumbs down for me. Yep. I don't have time for that. You did a video on just this also. Aha. Drop some links, Courtney. Do it. If you guys and gals and peoples aren't following Jody, you are sorely missing out. And the same for Courtney. And Courtney has an amazing Facebook group. And Courtney's one of my good friends. Let's just put it that way. I love her. I don't have any, I couldn't stop saying nice things about her because she pays me behind your back. I'm just kidding. Anyway, she's just that person. And Jody is, oh my goodness, you should go and see some of the stickers and stuff that she got down at an estate sale. She guilted me into coming to. And I got a bunch of stuff. I haven't even begun to list any of that. But Dren's dad is coming back from LA. We were going to drive down there Friday and help him move back, but it looks like a couple of his friends want to come up here, so they're going to drive up with him. Thank goodness, because it's a 20-hour trip one way. Courtney has a can't sell this video like monthly. Yes, her Vero and pulled items, and there's also a post in her looking at farmland in Oklahoma. Are you really? Just an FYI, USPS changed the way you ship perfume and cologne. Oh, did they? When did they do that? I'll have to go check that. Yeah, tag me in it. You'll be putting a video out on that. Got it, you guys? I better go check that one out too. USPS has changed the way you ship perfume and cologne. I don't know how I missed that one. Doing it. Let's see. Jeremy, I have the Facebook group members share that way. Yep. Well, I hope that you find some. Now's the time to start looking because the real estate market has crashed. The car market has crashed. The Bank of England is acting like the Federal Reserve. Well, they are the uncle to the dad. and is starting to print money like crazy. They're bailing everybody out. They'll crash sooner or later, but now's the time to go buy it now. And in a couple of months, real estate's going to be cheap, 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 cheap. You have struggled with insomnia for decades, been given all kinds of prescription. Oh, I bet. Well, that would be a place to go. It's got to be quiet in there. Just stay away from any tornado area, that kind of stuff there. Anyway, all right, you guys and gals, you wonderful people. I just wanted to say thank you again. I reached 3K tonight on Donna and actually on T's tea auctions for you and her selling partner, Donatella Battolino. And hey, Craig, how you doing? Land shark picker, if you guys don't know Craig. So apparently they did it a while ago. It wasn't an ornament. Thank goodness. It was just my $300 camera. That's replaceable. The ornaments aren't. Oh, that's horrible. I'm horrible. Anyway, so I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next week with I don't know what. I do too, Yumi. I hope you'll be able to come back next week. I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta go feed a small child. Good night.